Well, Finn, this is great. Sorry, this is in two parts. I accidentally hit my computer when I put the book down to switch pages. But we'll go ahead and read at the bottom of 142. This will be the last page. We'll start at the bottom, though. It says, Next Cyrus led his army against the Babylonian Empire. It says, which ruled the lands to the south. The book of Daniel records the fall of Babylon to the Persians. On the night the city fell, the ruler Belshazzar was having a feast for 1,000 of his nobles. While they were drinking from vessels taken from the Jewish temple, a hand appeared and wrote the words Mene Mene Tekel of Harshan on the wall. Now you remember the story. Daniel interpreted it for him, and that night Belshazzar died. And so it says Cyrus conquered the Babylonians in 539 BC, adding new land to his spreading empire. He continued to treat his defeated enemies well, allowing them to help make their own laws, to speak their own languages, and to keep their own customs and religious beliefs. Many believe the empire was strengthened because of this tolerance. You can imagine that would be the case. In fact, even with the Israelites, he told them to go back, and God had told him to make sure that they go back to build the temple to God. And so that apparently there was some influence, possibly some godly influence, even in Cyrus's life. Whether he was ever a saved man or not, we would never know, of course, until we get to heaven. All right, at the top there, archaeology says the things they found, the Cyrus cylinder. The prophet Isaiah mentioned Cyrus by name 150 years before Cyrus's birth. Isaiah called Cyrus the Lord's anointed in Isaiah 45:1. Isaiah foretold that God would use Cyrus to free the Israelites from slavery in Babylon and let them rebuild their temple. Like the Mesopotamians, the Persians used cylinder seals. One famous Persian cylinder seal is now in the British Museum. This artifact, known as the Cyrus cylinder, tells about Cyrus's tolerant attitude toward his subjects. In 1879, a scholar named Hormuzd Rassam found the cylinder seal at the site of the ancient Babylonian temple. The cylinder seal contained a message about Cyrus's respect for Marduk, a Babylonian god. The message also told how Cyrus freed some of the conquered peoples. He let them return to their homelands and made sanctuaries for their gods. The Cyrus cylinder does not mention Israel by name, but the book of Ezra says that Cyrus allowed the Israelites to return to Judah and rebuild God's house in Jerusalem. Cyrus also returned the temple treasures that the Babylonians had taken from Jerusalem. And then here's what is written in the cylinder. I am Cyrus, king of the universe, the great king, the powerful king, king of Babylon, king of Sumer and Akkad, king of the four quarters of the world. I sought the welfare of the city of Babylon and all its sanctuaries. As for the population of Babylon, I soothed their weariness. I freed them from their bonds. Marduk, the great Lord, rejoiced at my good deeds, and he pronounced a sweet blessing over me. I collected together all of their people and returned them to their settlements. And so that's what they translated from the Persian. The Cyrus cylinder that was found is still there in the British Museum, and it would be a cool little thing to be able to go and see. Well, that's it for today. Hope that you enjoyed the two videos here, and make sure you watch both of them, because in order to get the secret word, you have to go back and think. If you think, you'll be able to figure out the secret word. But I'll give you a hint. It is on the previous page we read, which was 140, and where was that? The Zagros Mountains is where it is, the topography there. And so you can go there and look at page 141, and there it is. That's how you spell it. All right, that's it. See you tomorrow. Bye.